Hello boys and girls, how are we doing? Are we all good? We're starting early, because why not? I want to get cracking. I was already sat in here. Look what I've got. The LEGO Transformers Soundwave set that I feel like I've been talking about, especially on TikTok, for ages. We were in Costco yesterday. I didn't even know they had it. You might have seen the short that I put out last night. Walked into Costco. Wasn't even in the LEGO section. They had a whole load of these by the door. £130, around about £130 for a set that I think is normally £170 in the LEGO store. Consistently one of the best selling sets on the LEGO website. Was planning on, this was like a backup set for Black Friday or double points or something, but couldn't resist it at the price I saw it for yesterday. So we're going to crack on and get it built. It comes with a sound brick as well, which is fun. I don't know if I'm going to get this all built tonight because it is 1,500 pieces. It might be one that spreads over into Monday. As you can see, Anna is still not with me. She is still a whisperer, although she's started a bunch of new meds from the doctor today to try and deal with her whispering predicament. So she might be back by Monday. If not, I mean, either way, we can finish this one off on Monday. We do already have the two existing Transformers sets, so it will eventually appear with those. New style box, very nice, very nice indeed. But yeah, let me know, boys and girls, down in the comments what you're going to be building along with me this evening, and we'll have a lovely old chat while doing some Lego. God, it's a lot of bags. There's the book. We'll have a look at the book in a second. We've got a quite significant sticker sheet in there as well. There's loads of bags. I guess that's the sound brick, maybe? Maybe. It is a fancy box, right. 12, sorry. 11. 10. How much extra do you think they'd have to charge for Lego sets for them to come with the bags already in order? 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. So we'll leave number 1 out. We've also got a sticker sheet and whatever that is, and an instruction manual that we can get some lovely points off of. Would Anna build the Things apartment on stream once she has her voice back? I'm not sure. The next thing she's planning on building is the minerals set that she's been desperate to build since the day it came out and just hasn't had the opportunity to. 3 divided by 1. She might have built the things thing before she comes back. She's down there building. She's doing one of those mosaics. I think it's a stitch mosaic. I got this from a retail store. There we go. 20 lovely old points. And do we get to learn all about Soundwave? I used to like Transformers as a kid. I used to remember watching the cartoon, and I had some of the toys. I haven't ever seen any of the movies, and I don't remember Soundwave. I remember Optimus Prime. I'm aware of Bumblebee because of promotions around the movies. I don't remember Soundwave. I'm not that much of a Transformers expert. But my plan is that we're going to have this on the same shelf in our little glass cabinet on the landing, where I've got Optimus Prime. I'm going to steal Anna's Bumblebee. I've got Battle Cat from He-Man in there, which is a mega set. And I've got my little 80s cartoon area that is growing. As far as I'm concerned, that's why I've got it. So he does transform into a cassette player, which is cool. Was this a LEGO Ideas set? No. Why does it say from the... Oh, I've read icons as ideas for some reason, and I don't know why. I'm on bag 12 of the Goonies. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, is it a green wang jangler? I do hope so. There we go. Yeah, Anna's still a whisperer. Once she stops whispering, she'll be back. But if you saw the shorts we released yesterday, or TikToks or wherever you might have seen it, you will have heard Anna attempting to speak. It's not a very successful enterprise at the moment, trying to hear what Anna's saying. And quite apart from anything else, sort of semi-selfishly, but not really selfish, after the 2 years we've had. But she's still kind of on quarantine from me as well, because we can't afford for me to get it. She's been sick for like 6 weeks. If I get that right in the middle of the Football Manager launch, that's a disaster. We can just about afford for Anna to be sick. It's not been ideal. That's why there's not been any videos this week. Because if you remember, when we first started the channel like 2 years ago, we discussed what would happen during Football Manager launches when I'm really, really busy. And the answer, green one, the answer was always, well, Anna can step to the fore a little bit during those periods. And she can become a bit more prominent while I step back for a few weeks and focus on where we make our money. And then once things calm down there, I can come back here and it'll all be fine. But of course, we've now hit that first launch in 2 years. And it's right in the middle of Anna having 6 weeks of poorliness, which is not ideal. But yeah, it's fine. We're through the busiest part now. I'm not going to say we're through the worst, because it hadn't been bad. I've had a lovely time. I've had lots of fun. But we've got a video scheduled to come out tomorrow. I'm back at the Lego City on Sunday, and we should be back into pretty close to daily content from now on. So that'll be jolly nice. I've missed it. I've certainly missed going to the Lego City. It's been ages. Building Everyone is awesome. That is a very cool set, which I think Anna built. I don't think I actually built that. I think Anna built it, but it's on our landing and it's very cool. I like it a lot. I think I'm building one of the little cassettes to start us off. I do like your haircut. It's very nice. Thank you very much. I think I need to just start having my hair cut more often, because whenever I've been having my hair cut the same way for getting on for 30 years. I think it's 28 years I've been having my hair cut the same way. And every time I have it cut, people are like, oh, wow, yeah, I like your hair, Kev. Oh, this is a printed piece. There's 2 printed pieces. One is a red cassette thing, one is a black one. But yeah, everyone's always startled when I have it cut, so I just obviously don't have it cut often enough. Which of the modular buildings will you get next, and will you part it out or buy it via an auction? Probably neither. I'll probably buy it at a convention or from like Brick Traders or somewhere. I suspect the next thing I get will be, I can't tell how this is connecting. I think it's down the middle. Is it? It's not clear. No, maybe. Oh no, one either side. I suspect it will be Brick Bank or Grand Emporium. They're the 2 affordable ones. But I don't know that it'll be this year. I don't know if I'm going to any more conventions this year. There might be. I think there's one in Birmingham in December, and I think that might be it for the year. So I'm not rushing to buy more modulars by the end of the year. I know I originally said I wanted to get the whole collection this year, but I long abandoned that plan when I realised how expensive it was going to be. But I've got a big backlog at the moment. We've got Ninjago City workshops down there. We've got the Christmas tree there. I've got the Orient Express that's arrived. I've still not built the loop coaster. I'm going to be getting Ninjago City markets as soon as Double Point starts again. So I don't think I need to rush and get any more big sets soon. Recently finished building Barada. As soon as it left the ground, it crumbled. Oh no, that's not ideal. I'm doing digital art at work today. I'm done with my tasks. I'm looking forward to sorting some things at home this weekend so I can get some of my large sets built and displayed. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So much content, not enough building. I know, but you need the content to pay for the building. We want to get back to the point we were at a year ago, a year and a bit ago, where when we first started the channel, people who've been around for a while will remember when we first started the channel, we could just buy it whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, just buy all the Lego. Whereas now we obviously had to be a bit more sensible with it for the certainly the last 6 months or so, as the last remnants of FM24 money ran out. We've had to behave like normal humans. I don't want to be a normal human. I don't live my life on the internet to be a normal human. Where is the piece that... There it is. Didn't have to sing the full song. That was handy. Now I can't find the next piece. Where is the piece that... No, it's there. We've got it. Next modular building will be the new one on 1st of January. I think there's a very good chance that that is the case, yeah. Unless... I mean, if that convention in Birmingham in December, if that guy who's always trying to sell me a brick bank is there with a brick bank for the same deal, I'll probably buy it. Because we'll have been through a Football Manager launch then. We'll be in a position to buy Lego again. So I might get brick bank before the end of the year. We'll see. Oh, hold on, I've done this wrong. Equally, we might get Grand Emporium instead. We'll see. We'll see. I'm certainly fed up of making... Fed up's maybe the wrong word. I'm seeing the negative feedback I've had from a few people about going to conventions and then not buying anything while I'm there. And it's like, yeah, well, I can't buy something at every convention. I would love to. But, yeah. I think the internet at large has conditioned people to think, oh, it's a shopping video, it's going to end with a haul. And a lot of our convention stuff, certainly for the last 6 months, has ended with me saying, oh, I didn't buy anything in the end. You need to sort your Lego City out. It's a mess and you have people paying for that. It's a joke. I mean, you need to check your attitude, because I'm not really interested in people coming in and speaking to me that way. My Lego City's fine, and the people who do actually pay for it are very happy with it, and we talk about it quite regularly on Patreon. So yeah, if you don't like it, bite me is my response to that. It's a bit like having a box of Fugglers by the door. What is? I like Fugglers. Give me a box of Fugglers. My life goal is to make enough money to only have to work part-time so I can make art and build more. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, there we go. And then this bit is supposed to slide up, which it doesn't seem to want to fit right. I don't even know what part of any of this I'm building here. It's all very confusing. Ha! They've now retracted their message. Oh no, they retracted a previous version of it, which I guess they spelt wrong. I'm flying modless, I think. So yeah, let's have the conversation. I've dealt with more nonsense than you can throw at me this week. So let me take out my frustrations on someone being a plum in this chat. What am I building today? Soundwave off of the Transformers. I was thinking of things that tempt the Kevinator. Is that what I'm known as now? I don't know if I like that. I don't think it needs to end with a haul. It's nice to see around. Oh yeah, I agree that not everyone needs to end with a haul, but I think we had a run of quite a lot that there was a number of consecutive ones where I didn't buy anything at all, and I know there are elements who watch because they want to see what I'm buying. Quite rightly, people want to live vicariously through their YouTubers and see them going. It's hard to. People watch for different reasons. Some people watch because they want that realistic feel, And some people watch because they want to see someone doing something they can't do themselves. And when you're watching to escape reality and fantasize about, oh, I wish I could do this stuff, you perhaps don't want to be constantly reminded that things like budgets and being sensible exist. So I do get that. There's a balance to be had amongst it all. Tofu's doing something ridiculous like eating or sleeping. I know. Go on. Oh, here he is. Here he is, look. Go on then. It's facts. People paying for wood that you don't use. Then you have an awful city that you haven't done any content with for weeks. Talk me through what content I'm obliged to create for it. I'm interested in what you mistakenly have your expectations set as. Are you on the Patreon? Person who's having a moan. Because if you're on the Patreon, it sounds like you probably need to cancel it. But are you actually a paying member? I think that's probably the starting point here. Because if you're not, honestly, pipe down. Because the people who are on there, I've not had any negative feedback on. And if you are on there, just leave. If you don't like what you're getting, just leave. But yeah, there's never been a minimum expectation of content or tidiness of the Lego City, and it's very much a process where we're discovering and learning as we go. I mean, I can put all the wood in if you want. It made the city worse, but if you really want to see the wood, people are paying for it. No, people aren't paying for it. People are paying to offer their support. Nobody's obliged to pay. So if people don't want to pay, which obviously it sounds like you're not, so you're not even a paying member, which means you really don't get a vote on this. But if people feel like they're getting value, then they can be a part of it. If they feel like they're not, they can leave at any time. It's just a way to support the channel and allow us to do something cool, which we have been doing and that a lot of people have been enjoying. I think if you're expecting that to just immediately be perfect, your expectations are a little bit warped, which is a bit weird, because it's been pretty clear from the start that I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm figuring it out as I go along. And I think that's part of the appeal for a lot of people. I love your city, Kevin. Can't wait to see where it goes. Oh, see, that's interesting. I bought the Lego City Advent Calendar on Smith's Toys website for £15 and saw it on the Lego website. It was £1 dearer. So when I watched your video for Black Friday deals, I bought it there and then. Lovely old stuff. I love the city progress as it's very inspirational. Exactly. It's clearly someone who's figuring it out as they go. It's never been presented as, look at me, I'm a Lego expert. It's always been, I want a city, don't really know how to do it. Let's figure it out. Oh, we got that bit wrong. Let's try something different. Oh, that might be wrong too, but we're going to try this. And it's just figuring it out and experimenting all the way through. And I think everyone who actually does support it gets that. Ian Cook, thank you very much for the 9 months. Lovely old stuff. Right, so we've got a little cassette and a big cassette, I think. We've got notes. The original G1 Soundwave toy, released in 1984, came with Buzzsaw, a yellow and black bird cassette. This isn't yellow. However, Laserbeak went on to feature more prominently in the animated series, making the red and black combination more famous. There you go. That's explained why this isn't yellow. I think considering the city was originally going to be a shelf city, its progress is slow, but it's going in the right direction. Yeah, exactly. The progress is always going to be slow. I've been very open from the start that I can only be there once a week. If people want me to be able to be there more than once a week, then, I mean, we just have to be patient and wait until the channel grows to the point where it can become my full-time gig. There you go. So this does transform, which is quite cool. At the moment, it isn't. It's a case of we can be there. I can go there on Sundays when I'm not doing other stuff and then continue to try and grow the channel in the meantime. It's not something I can go and do every day. It's not something I've ever promised to go and do every day. If people think that's what they're getting when they join the Patreon, they're getting me there every day slaving away at the Lego City, then I think they probably should have read the Patreon, which doesn't state that anywhere. Lego cities will always be a work in progress, ever evolving, the best fun. Exactly. We're having a lovely time over there. It's a lot of fun. I love watching the city updates. Hope to build my own city at some point and have no idea what I'm doing. So great to watch someone trying to figure it out. Yeah, exactly. We're figuring it all out together, and I like the fact that it's the opportunity to bounce ideas back and forth. What I find interesting is that person who clearly doesn't back the Patreon has decided to get offended on behalf of people who do, which it screams to me that there's someone who's got upset with me about Football Manager over the last week and just wanted something else to moan at me about because they've already been blocked over there. Oh, they're at it again. This is probably their last comment before we block them. I just think paying Patreons should be getting as much content as possible with your city that they're funding rather than you going out splashing cash on more sets rather than actually building the city. I mean, you're wrong, though, because they're getting what they want. We discuss how it all works, and the thing people want to see more often than not is seeing new sets. I've put a video out showing that we're running at a massive loss on that Lego City, even with the Patreon. If you factor in the cost of the rent, the insurance, all of the wood, the tables, the furniture, all of the boring Lego, which we talked about, like the structural stuff, plus then all of the sets that we've bought for the city, we're running at a really big loss on that. So the people on Patreon, even if we were to judge it the way you seem to want to judge it, you're wrong anyway, because they're already getting more than they paid for. There's been more Lego added to that city this year than the Patreon has funded. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Luckily, you get to enjoy all the content for free, even though you're not on the Patreon. So if you don't like it, don't watch it. But being offended on behalf of the Patreons when you're not one is frankly deranged. Fun fact, Angry Lado literally is a fan and said a few streams ago he'd support any content you do. He's happy you're living your best life because you both deserve it. Interesting. So he's just had a bad day and has decided to take it out on me, which I get. People do that sometimes, but I'm not going to be your punching bag. Go to the gym. Go and have a run. Not hating, just having a conversation. I mean, I disagree. I think you're being unnecessarily negative. It's been explained to you why you're wrong. You've not backed down. That doesn't feel like a conversation to me. And I think if you actually go back and look at your tone in your opening statement, you'll see that you came in hot. You came in very confrontational, and you've been met with the same tone that you came in with. And if that's not the tone you intended to present, you might want to work on your communication skills. Right, there we go. We have a little chappie. I think that's his official name. He is the little chappie. How do you... Yeah? I've lost the bit that comes out of him. Okay, so they pop off, I think. No, they don't. So that... I don't know whether he's supposed to be... I think I put that on... I've put it on the wrong way around. Hold on. Hold on, boys and girls. I don't know whether we're supposed to have him folded up or unfolded when we have this on display. And then his wings come out. And then we've got... There you go. Lovely. Right, we've got... Oh, this is a spare one of those, so we can swap those over if you want to. I saw your short on the top 10 sets. I'm surprised that the gingerbread AT-AT isn't on it. When we do the top 10 sets, it's the top 10 sets currently available. So anything that's on back order gets excluded from the top 10. And the AT-AT is out of stock, so it doesn't go in the top 10 at the moment. I'm a Patreon supporter and love all the content you put out. I'll never be able to do a city and can live vicariously through you. I also watch LEGO. Just enjoy your content. Thank you very much. What a hero. Hey Kev, two retiring sets I'm trying to buy are the Icons Land Rover Defender and the Red London telephone box. Do you reckon these will have good deals during Black Friday? It's difficult to say. Woohoo! Then neither of them are exclusives, are they? So I think there probably is a good chance you'll find deals on them. I mean, if nothing else, you'll get double points over the Black Friday thing. So with stuff like that, it's easy to just wait and see and make that decision on that first Insiders weekend. If they don't go on sale and they're not on sale anywhere else, just grab them when they're on double points, knowing that you're getting the best deal you're going to get. But I will be absolutely showering you with content, looking at deals, starting pretty soon actually, because some of the sales are already starting. I'm a Patreon supporter and I don't mind when you do LEGO City updates because you're also doing other stuff. I always like watching you build sets and your convention videos. Thank you very much. And like I say, we'll be back in the LEGO City on Sunday, so there should be a video out probably Tuesday. And it's not as if I've not done anything for the LEGO City while I've not been able to go to it. Like, for example, I can't pull it over properly. There's the Winter Village train. That's been built. That's going in on Sunday. We've got the Winter Village train station is going in on Sunday. The Art of Chocolate is going in on Sunday. So we've got a load of new stuff to go into the Winter Village, which I've been building around doing other stuff. I just haven't released the content yet because it's not in the city yet. So yeah, I've not just abandoned it. It's just, I'm not going to put content out just to be able to tick a box and say, oh, I made a video this week. I'm not going to make a rubbish video. I'd rather make no video at all than a rubbish one. Sean Hodges, thank you very much for joining the Wall of Fame. If you head over to the channel community page, there is a thread on there where you can tell me what name you want on your brick and you will be added to the wall, which is here. We've actually got the wall out again. So anyone who's a channel member and isn't on the Wall of Fame, if you head to the community page, you can tell me what name you want on your brick and you will be added to the wall. We've actually got it out again. And once I get some of this stuff to the city on Sunday, there'll be space to actually have it behind us, and also space for me to start building the Orient Express, because that's going to go on display in here, which is very exciting. Subscribe to all your channels, Kev. I'll always support you and always have supported you, but it's healthy to have a bit of back and forth and a healthy conversation. To a point, I think if you do follow all my channels, you'll know the 2 weeks I've had with Hassle from Numbskulls. And if you take that, and if you apply that lens to your opening comment, I think you'll see it was hostile. But we don't need to make you the villain. We can move on from it. But yeah, I respectfully disagree, and I think the people who are Patreon backers are happy with the value that they're getting, and ultimately anyone who's not, the option is always there to not be on the Patreon anymore. No one is forced into being part of the Patreon. People are there because they want to be, and they have a private facility for contacting me if they are unhappy in any way. We have our own little Patreon group chat, which they can post in whenever they want. So if anyone on there is genuinely unhappy with the value that they're getting, feel free to feed it back. And I can either explain why it is the way that it is currently. I can signpost you as to whether your expectations are ever likely to be met, or whether your expectations are maybe a little bit misplaced anyway, based on maybe other Patreons you're in or assumptions you made going in. And then you can decide whether or not you're happy to stay in it or leave it. Simple as that. What has gone on in the last 2 weeks? I mean, we don't need to get into it in a huge amount of depth here. It's boring game stuff. Basically, the game that I make all my content on my other channel, Football Manager, has been released and a lot of people really don't like it. Unfortunately, I do like it, which I know if you're not a gamer, you might think, how is that unfortunate, Kev? Surely that's a good thing. You still get to have a nice time. Well, let me tell you, Internet. There are large portions of the internet who really hate the idea of somebody having a nice time while they're not, and will go out of their way to try and reverse that situation. And that's basically the 2 weeks that I've had. I am enjoying the game, and the people who are not are really unhappy about it and have been coming for me constantly. Like, genuinely, threateningly. There's been death threats. There's been people accusing me of being paid off by the game developer. It's just been, ugh. There's been huge threads about me on Reddit. It's not been super fun, but like I say, we're pretty much out of the other side of it now. I think. Don't go into don't go into content creation unless you've got a thick skin, boys and girls. That's all I'd say. Ian, thank you very much for upgrading your membership to Wall of Fame. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Is Anna joining today? No, Anna still has no voice. Yeah, she's still a whisperer. So she is actually building some Lego. She's downstairs. She's downstairs, sat at the dining table, doing a big Lego mosaic. But we're officially quarantining from each other still, because whatever she's got, whatever she's had, that's caused her to basically not be able to speak for a month, if not longer now. It's pretty much, I think it was like 3 days after we got back from Mallorca, she started getting a sore throat, and she's done a few streams here and there in that time. But yeah, she's not been well for 6 weeks, and her voice kind of comes and goes, and it went fully about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and hasn't come back. And yeah, if my voice were to go currently, it would financially be the end of us. After 2 years, or after a year with no Football Manager game, for me to lose my voice when the game finally releases would be an absolute financial disaster. So yeah, me and Anna are staying away from each other while she's sick. So she she feels fine, she says. I'm not sure that she does. I think she's putting on a brave face. She could be on. You wouldn't really be able to hear her because she's still a whisperer. But I don't want to be trapped in a small room with her. She doesn't want to be trapped in a small room with me, because she'd feel awful if I got sick as well. So yeah, we're quarantining from each other. She hasn't had whooping cough, has she? I don't think so. I mean, she's had various tests and things. She's been given a whole bunch more antibiotics today, which have now given her an upset stomach because they're proper strong ones. But it seems like it all stems from an ear infection from when we were swimming in Mallorca. And I always get like swimmer's ear. And Anna thought she just had a bit of that. So we swam in the sea every day while we were there. And by the third day of the holiday, neither of us could hear the other one because our ears were blocked from all the swimming in the sea. And mine cleared up in a few days. And by the time we got back, mine was fine. And hers never really did. And it kind of just developed into more general poorliness. And yeah, she's just had a rough month or so. It probably doesn't help that because of all the medication she's on because of her chronic pain, that she has a compromised immune system anyway. So once an infection gets in, she gets battered by it. So yeah, that's what she's suffering with. The Lego Whisperer. Your Lego City is awesome, and would love to have something very similar one day. Thank you very much. That's the ironic thing, actually. Not that I want to put a downer on the stream and keep going on about that, but I actually think the Lego City right now looks better than it ever has, which is the maddest thing. Right now is probably the first time since I've had it that I look at it, and I'll sometimes look at it on the CCTV. I'll look at it and go, actually, yeah, this is really cool now. This is really cool. So it is ironic that now is the time where apparently it's not good enough. Oh, where did that go? Hang on. Oh. Have I rotated that? Yes. Okay. I'm building lots of additional items. I thought I was going to be building a big robot. When do I get to start the big robot? These are just all the little rascals. You'll need to send Fugler to give her a "we miss her" from all of us hug. Yeah, exactly. What's the best Lego shop you've ever visited? What, like an official Lego store? Leicester Square, I guess. Gotta be Leicester Square. Leicester Square is just unbeatable. It's incredible. Just as a more everyday shop, because no one can have Leicester Square as their local shop. It's too busy to be your local shop. Milton Keynes is great. The staff in there are excellent. What kind of modular do you want to be released in January? A cool one and a cheap one. I don't want them to put the price up, which there's always the risk the price might go up. I don't want them to put the price up, and I want it to be cool. Oh, this is a little doggy. But in terms of what it actually looks like, I'd quite like a hospital or a school or something like that. Is this supposed to be a little doggy? Ravage only ever speaks once in the animated series. In More Than Meets the Eye Part 3, he relays information about an energy source to Megatron, which, incidentally, was an Autobot trap. There you go. A little doggy. These are cool. We're doing little critters. Bag 3 is the start of the robot. Okay, that makes more sense. Modular train station. That would be cool, but we've already had a lot of stuff like that through the Bricklink Designer program. And I get that it's only a tiny proportion of the Lego audience as a whole that have got the Bricklink Designer program sets, but we do still exist. So if everything that could be made had been made, I'd be like, yeah, fine, do one that everyone can get. But as we're not in that situation, I'm more of a mind of, well, no, let's have something that's new for everybody, rather than something, because like we've had like two train stations on Bricklink in 3 years. So I think there's probably scope for something that's not a train station, as cool as it would be. And when we're in a world where we still don't have any kind of hospital, any kind of school, I think there's other stuff we could do before looping back round and repeating. Where does this connect? Oh no. Okay, I'm like there. There's lots of scary looking gun sections on all of these critters. Cheaper than Arkham. I mean, it should definitely be cheaper than Arkham. Assuming it's a single base plate standard modular, I'd like it to be £200 like all of the current ones are. It's a furniture shop, apparently. I mean, that's what a few people have said, but bearing in mind they're the same people who this time last year were saying we were getting a fish and chip shop and it turned into Tudor Corner. So take it with a pinch of salt. No one actually knows yet. Or let me rephrase that. Anyone who actually knows absolutely can't leak it and can't tell you that they know. So the only people who are talking about it are the ones... Anyone talking about it does not know. I guess that's the balanced way to phrase it. So we'll see. I hope it's not that, because we've already got a furniture shop. There's a furniture shop in... It's in one of the modulars. Is it in Assembly Square? There's a little furniture shop. When do you think we find out? Well, I think it was early December. We got the Tudor Corner images started to leak, and then we got the official announcement not long after. I think they'll get Black Friday out of the way first before they announce it. Right, this is a little critter who also folds up to become... I'm going to leave these chaps unfolded, I think. They don't need to be cassettes. They can be little walking around chaps. I think they're more fun as walking around chaps. Because we're not going to have Soundwave in his cassette player form, so we don't need his mates to be cassettes. Not being funny, but a furniture shop sounds like the dullest idea ever. I mean, Some of them do sound dull when you just hear them. But, yeah, I'm sure they'd do it in a cool way if they did it. Anyone know what size the new Stranger Things Creel house will be, baseplate wise? I imagine, bag 3, I imagine it won't be on a base plate because it's not a modular. It'll be similar to how they did the Twilight House and the Italian Riviera and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be on base plates. We've not seen it, have we? I'd be very surprised if it was on a base plate, especially with it being out the same day as the modular. There's not a chance they release 2 modular buildings on the same day. So it's not going to be a modular. Assembly Square had a music shop. Okay. We're planning to go get the Enterprise first thing on release day. What, you are? I'm not. I assume you mean you are when you say we. You don't mean me and you. I'm not coming. I don't want it. It looks cool. But it's expensive, isn't it? If you like space stuff, what an expensive few months. I'm very lucky that I'm not into the space stuff. Carpets, lots of coloured tiles, frilled, about as exciting as the haberdashery. See, you say that, but the haberdashery was really cool. The haberdashery that was in Tudor Corner was really cool. It was one of the best parts of the build. So I'm sure they'll do it. I can't imagine after, what has it been, 20 years? I think the chances of LEGO coming out and doing a bad modular are close to 0. They've never done it yet. I don't know why they'd start now. I think it's fairly safe to assume whatever it is, it's going to be awesome, even if on first hearing what it is, you're a little bit disappointed. But that's without wanting to keep harping on about all the Football Manager stuff. That's something I've certainly learned over the last couple of weeks. There's no such thing as nuance or kind of liking something in 2025. There's only two potential ways to think of anything, apparently, in the current universe, and that is it's either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. You either love it and don't stop going on about how brilliant it is, or you hate it and want everyone involved in it to die. They seem to be the only 2 opinions you're allowed to have on anything. So who knows, maybe this is the year LEGO gets some backlash for the modular if it's not exactly what people wanted. It would be bonkers if it does happen, because like I say, I think there's a 0 chance of it not being great. But it just might not be exactly what you're looking for. And let's hope the internet doesn't go bananas as a result. Is there a bigger train station than we already have? I mean, there was a bigger... The previous Bricklink one that I don't have was bigger than Brickcross Station. I forget what that one was called, but it was big. Need some advice. I bought the Home Alone house from the Disney store. It's arrived and the box is damaged all over. Do I have a right to complain about this or not? I mean, yeah, I guess. I would imagine Disney are a good company. If you were to say to them, I'm a collector and I want a nice box, they'll probably say, okay, send it back or bring it into the store and we'll swap it for one that's got a nice box. I guess it depends what your outcome is. What's your desired outcome? Are you after a new box? Are you after exchanging the set? If you bought it online, particularly if you're in the UK, I think all online purchases have, by law, have to give you the option to return the product. So if you're not happy with it, return it. I guess it depends, like I said, it depends what kind of outcome you're hoping for. If they do a big modular, I'd like an aquarium or a zoo. See, that would be cool. Are you as fed up of me of seeing people cry about Football Manager? I don't know that I would use that phrasing. I have no issue with people not liking the game. People can like or not like whatever they want to like or not like. What I think is fascinating is how much of an overreaction there has been. And that's not me saying not liking the game is an overreaction, but the anger that it's caused in some people is an extraordinary overreaction, which has surprised and shocked me. So I'm fed up of seeing that. I have no issue at all with people not liking it. No issue at all with people reviewing it badly. No issue at all with people going and getting a refund. That's all fine. It's, you know, it's your money. You spend it on what you want, and if you don't like what you're spending it on, get a refund. But it's the anger that I just can't really get my head around. I don't understand why everyone is so angry. So I'm a bit fed up of that. But I think we're getting to the end of that anyway. Certainly on my channel, because we're not that kind of channel. So I think I've blocked the worst offenders, and everyone who's left is normal. And we're just getting on with it and enjoying the game now. So yeah, I'm all right. I'm having a lovely old time. Right, how does that goes in there? Is that what we're supposed to do? I don't really understand why that bit worked like that. Guaranteed people won't like the price. I mean, if it's normal modular price, is it definitely going up? Has that been confirmed anywhere? If it's £200, then what's not to like? It's the same price as all the previous ones. I expect there's a scenario where it might be more in America, but that's an America thing, not a Lego thing. But I don't see any reason why it would need to get more expensive anywhere else. If they are planning on making it more expensive, they need to justify the increased cost, I guess. I think we need a car rental modular. I mean, we've already got the corner garage, which I know it's not car rental, but it's still car stuff. I think it's a little bit close to stuff we already have. I trust Lego that whatever they do, it's going to be cool, and I'm probably going to like it because I've liked all the other ones. Any chance of building a football stadium in the city? There's a Q&A video that's finally coming out tomorrow that I've finally done after asking for the questions like a week ago. It might have been you who asked the question in that, but that question is asked in that Q&A. So it will be answered in full tomorrow. Well, it's already been answered, but I just need to release the video. There's not room in the city for a stadium, but I do want a football pitch. But trying to keep everything minifigure scale. There's no room for a minifigure scale stadium in the city. But certainly a football pitch is something that I have plans for. I'm not necessarily a collector of Lego, however, for the bigger sets that I have, I do keep the boxes. I wonder if they would offer a partial refund or a gift note. I mean, there's no harm in asking. I don't know how likely they are to agree, but there's certainly no harm in asking. I got £10 off a set in John Lewis because the box was damaged, and just chucked the box away when I got home because I don't care about the boxes, but there's just no harm in asking. I told him it was a gift for somebody and it needed to be in a nice box. And they were like, well, it's the only one we've got. And I said, well, can I have a discount then? And they said, yeah, actually, you can. We'll take £10 off. So all you can do is ask. It would be great to get accommodation for minifigures. So many shops, cafes, etc. But it'd be good to have a modular building with flats or a semi. I mean, we've got a few little townhouses, and we've got a lot of flats already in the existing modulars. They're not just that, but there's lots of the existing modulars that include stuff like that. So I think we've got, like I say, we've got more. It's another thing that we've got more of that already than we have healthcare. We need a doctor. Never mind somewhere to live. We need someone keeping them alive. But I think there would be an element who would be a little bit disappointed if we just got a standalone house when we've had houses within other modulars in the past. So it would feel like, okay, well, there's the house. Where's the rest of the set? Would I go direct to DHL or Disney? I'd go to Disney as a starting point and just ask. And they'll either say yes or no and direct you from there. What's the largest discount you've ever got on a set, and can you remember where from? I don't know. No idea. It's not something I particularly track. I mean, I guess the Colosseum. Although it depends how you define a discount. We got the Colosseum at Bricktastic last year, brand new in box for £300 at a time when it was going on eBay for like £900. Obviously, it was never £900 in the Lego store. So I don't remember how much it was there's a chance we paid more than its original retail price for it. So do you count that as a discount, or I don't know. It's certainly the best deal we've ever had on a Lego set. Getting that for 300. That goes there. It really needs to be a hospital, as we have all the other emergency services. Yeah, I agree. I think a hospital would be really cool. But for whatever reason, Lego don't want to do one. I guess they don't want people thinking of being sick when they're playing with their toys, which is strange because they're happy for them to think about crime or their house burning down, but not sickness. Sickness is where we draw the line. How many bags does Soundwave have? 12. Although the first 2 are not anything to do with the man himself. We've only just started doing Soundwave. Okay. I think this is his hips we're doing. An abandoned warehouse or factory could be a cool modular. Yeah, agreed. That would be cool. Healthcare and education related modulars are needed. Yeah, definitely. And I think because we're getting the university through the Bricklink Designer Programme, that kind of fills the education gap for now. So I think that probably prioritises a hospital or a doctor. Like, we've got multiple vets, but we don't have a doctor. There's several sets that have vets in them, but we don't have a doctor. So if our animals get sick, they're fine. Humans get sick? No. Humans don't get sick in the Lego City. The one thing I hope next year is we get more Simpsons sets. That would be cool. I'd like them to remake the Simpsons house. I think that would be cool. Knock the stuffing out of the secondary market a little bit. I've talked before in videos about how, I mean, with the modulars as well, I think there's certainly, and I don't think Lego would do it because I think they like the fact that the prices go up so high after stuff retires, because that means people get super excited when stuff is retiring. I think if they got into the habit of re-releasing sets years later, it would be much harder for them to charge the prices they do as sets are retiring. So I get why they don't, but at the same time, they're constantly re-releasing Star Wars stuff and Harry Potter stuff with slight variations, and Marvel stuff. So I think doing a new Simpsons house isn't an unreasonable thing to hope for. I think that would be cool. Even the corner garage has a vet. There you go. Yeah, I think there are multiple vets. I couldn't tell you what. Is the other one in Assembly Square? I feel like everything's in Assembly Square. There's so many things in that, including a Lego City is in Assembly Square, which is very cool. Do I still use Pilometer? I haven't for a long time. I haven't sorted through bulk for a long time. I've got so much unsorted Lego. It's really just a time thing. It probably would be a useful thing to use if I ever got around to sorting the Lego, but I just don't enjoy the sorting process anyway, and I'm much more likely to if I need some parts for something in the city, I'm much more likely to just go and buy those parts than go and find them, even if they're relatively easy to find. I just don't enjoy that part of the hobby. To the point where if there was an easy way to sell bulk Lego, I probably would just get rid of all of the parts storage that we've got, all of the spares, all of those bits, just get rid of it all. Obviously keep the bits that are being used and then use the money from selling it all to buy the specific stuff that we actually need. What about a farm modular? I mean, the idea is cool. I'm not sure in practice how it works, because a modular is a building and a farm is not. So I don't know how you do a farm on one base plate. You could do like a little petting zoo thing, I guess. But I don't think you're going to get a row. Oh, there's the sound brick. That's cool. There's a lot of sounds on this. There's so many options. Well, there you go. Sound brick. Where was I? I've forgotten what step I was on. I was halfway through a step. And I have no idea what question I was answering. I got distracted. I got distracted by a squirrel. A convenience store modular would be cool. But we've got stuff like that already. That's the thing. Every suggestion, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then it's like, actually, I've already got stuff like that. Not necessarily even from the modulars, but it's stuff that, like, I've got the Spider-Man bodega. I don't need another convenience store. I've got the little Asda supermarket that I still haven't built. I don't have a doctor. I need a doctor. Right. Where is it? There it is. Whee! Little flappy thing. I'm actually thinking about getting Soundwave for Christmas. I'm enjoying myself so far. It's a set I've certainly had my eye on for a while. It wasn't a must-buy day one set, because I'm not super into Transformers. I couldn't tell you anything about Soundwave. And before the set was announced, you could have given me an hour to name as many Transformers as I could think of, and I don't think I'd have got to Soundwave. So I'm really not a huge Transformers fan. But they are fun things to build, and they look cool on display. And it's becoming quite the little collection of them now. Wasn't there a TARDIS set for a doctor? Yeah. Surely you need a plastic surgeon. Good work. Very good work. But, I mean, that's a perfect example of the little jokes that LEGO could do. If they had a hospital, of course there's going to be a plastic surgeon in it. Ah. There we go. How's Anna feeling? I think she's feeling fine. She just can't talk. So she's not much use on a stream at the moment because she can't say anything. She's supposed to be resting her voice. So having to come on here and talk for 3 hours, probably not the best plan she could have. But she's sat at the table downstairs building Lego. She's not bedridden or anything. So fingers crossed she'll be back soon. She started new medication today. So if that blasts it out of her system over the weekend, she'll be back Monday. She wants to be on. And fingers crossed, she will be back soon. She really wants to build the minerals set, which, because it was bought by the business, she's got to wait and do it on camera. So she's very ready to build that set. Where is the piece that I need? Where is Alex? There. Have we got a mod in tonight? I think we have, haven't we? Is it the same person constantly trying to be edgy with their suggestions for modulars that obviously they won't make? Because just give them a little nudge and let them know that literally nobody is laughing at their attempts at edgy jokes. And we could probably just pack them in. What's she building tonight? She's doing another one of those mosaics from the Brick Fair people. I think this one is Stitch. Topher showed up a few minutes ago. Yeah. Not him. Not him. Wasn't he fired already? Lovely. Where did I get my train station from? What, my Brickcross station? Just pre-ordered it on Bricklink when pre-orders for it were up. It's a Bricklink designer program set, which, if you're looking to get one, unfortunately means it's now probably quite expensive because it was only ever available for that pre-order period. It's all wibbly wobbly and shaky shaky. Right, so that goes there. I think, is that in? That is in. Tremendous. Have you ever got into Avios or Air Mile points? You get 10 Avios for every £1 spent on the LEGO store. So a £200 set gets you 2,000 Avios. I haven't ever really looked into it. Explain it to me. How does that work? Is that through a credit card or something? Or what's the procedure? What do I need to do? We booked business class flights to America using Avios points from spending in under 6 months. Wow. Wow. Okay. Then yeah, definitely. Tell me all about it. I am now immediately very interested. What Transformer set is my favourite? Well, I didn't build Bumblebee. Anna built Bumblebee. So at the moment, Optimus Prime, because it's the only one I've built. Plus, it's the only one I actually recognise because I don't really know anything about Transformers, but I know Optimus Prime exists. But, I mean, I'm enjoying this one. It could end up becoming this one by the time I'm done. Finally got my hands on Gizmo. I'm currently building him, the sit-down version of him. Very nice. Alright. Slot these bits in as well. Fugler Lego. Fugler Lego would be great. I don't know that Fuglers are necessarily a big enough brand just yet to get a Lego collaboration, but that would be the dream. I would love Fugler Lego. I should, if I had any talent for doing mocks, which I obviously do not, but if I did, I would love to make some Fuglers out of Lego. That would be super cool. In the style of like the Gizmo set. That sort of size. Just this guy, made out of Lego. If anyone wants to make that and send me the plans, so I can also make it, that would be super duper. You'll get the 10 points on £1 Lego through there. I feel like I've missed the first half of this. However, there are also Avios credit cards. They do business spending ones, which you get 1.5 points for £1. I feel like I've missed it. Through where? What do I need to do? Is Avios a thing I can buy with? How does it work? What's the first step for someone who doesn't have any idea what they're doing with this kind of thing? I suspect you're trying to post a link and it's not letting you. I do have 5 sets I'm thinking about asking Santa for this Christmas. Very nice. If there's one thing I like about Santa, it's Lego. I mean, there's lots of things I like about Santa. I do like a Christmas Lego set. Sitting there on Christmas morning, building my new set, when I'm supposed to be doing adult things. Still waiting for my gizmo. Finally out for delivery. Smith's doing great deals. Finally picked up the UCS Millennium with £5 off for every £50 spent. That is good. How did I not know this existed? Did not know what existed. What, this channel? This set? This day of the week? The Lego. I am Moominte. I am absolutely certain you must be posting a link or something that isn't coming through, because I feel like I'm missing a huge key part of the information here. Because I do not know how to do an Avios deal. Is it a website I go to? Is it a card I get? Is it something I just type in on the Lego website? I genuinely don't even know where to begin. But I am interested. Not a link, but mentioning a company. So maybe it's not. That's why it's not working. YouTube! I guess we'll never know. I mean, it's something I can probably Google and figure out. Now I know what I'm looking for. I can try and figure it out. But yeah, good old YouTube auto modding, I guess. Let's the silly kids get through abusing me, but stops somebody helpfully sharing something that I want to know about. Good old YouTube. Got their priorities. It's a British airline. So British Airways, is that what we're talking about? Okay. So I go onto the British Airways website as a starting point and figure it out from there. Okay. Now I'm with you. Googled it, Kev. Avios is a website. You sign up and then click on affiliate links on their site, which gives you points after purchase. Seems simple. Okie doke. I will look into it after the stream, because I do have an American Express card, and which I have a lot of points on. Because most of the Lego I've bought in the last 2 years has gone through that card. So I've got a lot of Amex points, which I think I can trade in for Avios points. I know it's a thing I've seen on there. So if there's a way to combine the two and get double bubble on it somehow, I'm all for getting free flights. Just free stuff in general generally appeals to me. Okay. I was searching for some weird YouTuber playing a silly football game with a team from Bradford and found this channel. Good! Well, that's good. I've trained the YouTube algorithm well. Welcome along. This is another example of me not doing enough cross promotion between my channels. This is what I've spent the last year and a half doing when there's been no Football Manager. This is the channel that when people tell me that my view on Football Manager is biased because I have to have it to pay the bills, this is the channel I'm referring to, and I'm like, Football Manager isn't even the channel I earn the most from anymore. I've made more from the LEGO channel in the last year. This is my main channel. So much for humour. It's not, I've got nothing against humour, but there comes a point when it is flogging a dead horse, to put it in context that matches the original gag. There were multiple attempts at it. It wasn't getting a rise out of anybody. I think there's a possibility it maybe wasn't funny. Where? Where does this go? Right, I'm confused. Oh, it goes in there. Okay. And we get another one that goes in there. You shop through BA's portal with an affiliate link to the LEGO store. Okay. Okay. Right, so that goes on top there now. I think we've just made this gentleman's torso. There we go. A torso. Ta-da! Thanks to the LEGO Sound Brick, this is the first Soundwave figure to feature both sound effects from the Transformers series and newly recorded dialogue lines only found in this model. All right, thank you, that's enough. All right, we're decorating the sound brick. Going to the US for my 30th and World Cup next summer. Going to Forks, where Twilight was filmed. Astoria, where The Goonies was filmed. And Chicago, Home Alone. So I picked up the Home Alone set first. Nice. Right. Oh, that was a good noise. So where does this go now? Oh, it goes on the back. Okay. So we kind of slot that in the back there. And now I think when we press play on the front of the thing. Oh, that's cool. So you just press the little play button and it plays a sound. I wonder how long the battery will last on that. The sound brick's only come in 3 sets, if I remember correctly. It comes in this, the sorting hat, and the radio. Anna just got the radio. It was on a deal in Sainsbury's, I think. So the radio is now in our house. So now, what you're telling me now is I need to get the sorting hat, so I've got all 3 of those sets. You're appealing to the collector in me, which is unfair, because now I'm going to have to go and spend some money. Oh, in my defence, I genuinely would have bought all three of them. Fair enough then. So you go on there. I've ballsed up the colours somewhere on this, because these two blue bits are supposed to be the same blue and they're very different blues. Imagine switching the sound bricks in Soundwave and the radio. Sounds like a good plan. I might go and mess around with Anna's set now. Because the radio, you can put your phone in as well, can't you? And just use it as like a thing to hold your phone in and play music, which is quite cool. It's a cool set. It's one I always kind of had my eye on, but never to the point where I took the plunge on it. Right, and this just goes on the back, I think, to stop the button flying out. It's just a little thing to hold the sound button in place. So now I don't have to hold the back of it. I can just press. That's cool. My radio sound block stopped working. I imagine the batteries don't last very long. Were you playing with it all the time? Should I still have this? Oh, crumbs. This is supposed to be in here. Let's slot that in. There we go. We got it in. It's fine. We got it in. We almost had a loose one. Right. Bag 5, which also needs the secret brick from in here. Oh, very unscratched. It's got a little blue man on it. Old Blueface, I think they call him. Secret brick, it is a secret brick. Right then, next step is continuing to whack pieces on the top here. We're building upwards. It feels like it's a little bit prone to falling apart at the moment, which I'd like to think it will feel less like that as it gets a little bit closer to finished. Is in the US, a retail store has early Black Friday sales, $132.99 on Jazz Club, but sadly all gone because they told everyone if you buy it regular price, you have 14 days to price match, so everyone bought it. Wow. That's a good deal though. I think the best deal we're likely to see on those modulars here is that, because they're exclusive to LEGO and John Lewis here. So John Lewis have already got it on sale. I doubt LEGO will. So anyone who's after those retiring modulars should probably be jumping on the John Lewis deal that's on right now. Or else the best you'll be able to do is double points when that hits in a couple of weeks. Is it a couple of weeks now? Or is it just a week now? When is that? I've completely lost track of time over the last few weeks. I don't even know what date it is. I barely know what month it is. I think it's early to mid-November would be my guess. And I think Insiders Weekend is the 20-something, I want to say. That's as accurate as I can be. until I start planning my content next week. Soundwave is a Decepticon and Bumblebee is an Autobot. Well, there you go. Don't really know what either of them are, but they both sound super. I think they're both Transformers, robots in disguise. What the heck is that doing on there? I feel like this is supposed to be blue and I don't know how it's ended up yellow. I'm just going to swap it for a blue one and I'm going to question everything about how that brick was yellow. Today's the 7th, so a couple of weeks. That seems about right. It's the 14th of December today. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me it was. I'll blink and it will be. It's going to be such a busy couple of weeks. It is, I mean, it's a very... stressful is the wrong word because I've got such an easy job. It is my busiest time of the year. From October through to Christmas, I work like a maniac, so I don't have to work anywhere near as hard for the rest of the year. And I know sometimes that phrasing will upset people because my work is fun. But yeah, it's going to be it's already been a busy month. It's going to continue to be mega busy until we get to the week before Christmas. Shut up. Until we get to a week before Christmas when we just disappear into the woods and shut off for the year then. Which is when I know the hard period is over and I can rest until the following October, go back into hibernation. (28th of November for Black Friday). Yeah, but the Insiders weekend is the weekend before Black Friday. So that's what, two weeks away, the 20-something, the early 20-something. We are nearly at 30,000 subs. It'd be cool to hit that milestone this week. I hit 200,000 subscribers on the Football Manager channel the other day. So that it would be quite cool to hit 30 here in the same week. He's got a bendy head. Or head holding pipe. Neck, I think we call them. The same retail store that has Jazz Club on sale, they also had 2 of the Winter Village sets 40% off. I picked at the post office for $59. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, the post office is retiring as well, isn't it? Oh, that goes up and down. Oh! Oh! I don't know why it does, but oh! Lovely. There's lots of moving parts on this set. You know I love a moving part. Moving parts are the best. Everything should move. It's so clever. People think it's easy because they only see the fun part. Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to be a teacher. You know, I have got an easy job now. But it's stressful and tiring and hard in its own way. It's just a different way. But I think all work becomes tiring, doesn't it? Even if you're doing something you love, you need a rest sometimes. You can't just be flat out all the time, which is what October, November, December are. They are just flat out for 3 months. Because as I've said a million times before, we earn like 60% of our income for the year, if not more, is earned October, November, December. And then we just spread it out over the year and pay ourselves a salary off the back of what we earn now. So at the moment, I'm earning the money that I'm going to be spending in like August. And that side of things can mess with your head a little bit. It's like, but the money's there. Yes, but you can't spend it now, you idiot. If you spend it now, you'll have no money then. Try not to scratch the clear, very carefully packed, very nicely looked after clear plastic that's going to go on the front of this. I know I'm going to scratch it. I love the Transformers Lego. I hope you get more. We've had one a year for the last 3 years, haven't we? And we've had the Brickheads as well. So it's certainly, I think it is, it's a series that's been selling well. Right, which side does this go on? This side. So I think that. This is very cleverly done. So that pops open to put the cassettes in. And then has this underneath. And then these guys can fold up to become the cassettes that go in there. That is very, very clever. What a really clever set. I'm very glad I purchased it. Transformers, Kev, it's a requirement that they transform. I get that. The Bumblebee one didn't transform very well. It kind of just fell apart and now it sits down downstairs because it won't stand up. It won't support itself under its own weight. Optimus Prime transforms nicely. Ah, lost a piece. There it is. Found it. So you go there. Ba 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 ba. I feel like this is going to be another clever bit. There's too many holes in it for it to not be clever. Holes means clever, in my experience, when it comes to Lego. The toy didn't make noise, did it not? I only ever had one Transformer toy. I don't know what Transformer it was. Anna got me one for Christmas a few years ago because she saw it in a family video thing. Why does that not fit on there? Oh, because I'm doing it wrong. Huh. That would explain that. But yeah, it was just a car that goes up and down on a little remote control. And we watched the video at Christmas a few years ago. And watching it was like, how was I not diagnosed with autism as a kid? You could tell nobody knew it existed in the 80s because it's not even a video that I'm the focus of. I'm in the background while my brother's opening his presents, and I've just got my Transformers toy that I'm just utterly obsessed and absorbed with, and I'm just making it go up and down, and never breaking eye contact with it, and just completely and entirely focused on that, not paying any attention to what's going on in the rest of the room for the entire clip. And I wasn't diagnosed until I was 40. Unmuted the stream after muting for a few, and the first thing I hear is holes means clever. I mean, at least you know you're back on the right stream. It certainly sounds like something I'd say. So that goes in there. Oh, it swivels. I told you it was clever. We've got a swivel on. Oh, and it clips in on there as well. Love a swivel. Would you say the Daily Bugle is better than the Jazz Club? Like if you had to pick one or the other because of retirement. It depends if you like Spider-Man or not, I guess. And how much room you've got. The Daily Bugle is much bigger. So, like if you've only got a Billy bookcase to display your Lego on, don't get the Daily Bugle. It won't fit. But if you love Spider-Man, then get the Daily Bugle because it's full of really cool Spider-Man minifigures and references. But again, budget is a consideration as well. You could probably, based on the sale that's going on at the moment, get both the Jazz Club and the Boutique Hotel that are both retiring. You could probably get both of them for the same price as one Daily Bugle. And I would say 2 modulars is better than 1 Daily Bugle. One as a standalone, the Bugle is probably better because I like Spider-Man. But that's gone forever. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Ugh. And then you go on there. There we go. Ta-da! Lovely. I waited too long for the Daily Bugle. I mean, it's still available. I doubt if it will be on a deal anymore. Now, the time to buy that was July when they did the big sale on it. In that July sale. That was the moment, I think, for that. I bought it too soon. I got it for full price. Like a year ago. Over a year ago. Nearly 2 years ago, probably. And as part of it, managed to miss out on the only one of the Mario sets I now don't have in my Mario collection, because me and Anna went into Smith's and I was like, can I get that? And I was given permission to get the Daily Bugle on the understanding that I let her get any set she wanted, not knowing she had a plan, because within seconds of me agreeing to her terms, she had the Mario question mark cube in her hands and was walking towards the till. So she knew exactly what she played me like a fiddle. She knew exactly what she was doing. And as a result, that's the one that she has on display downstairs. So it is forever the missing one from my Mario collection. There we go. We've got 2 of these little wang janglers on the side there. Hello, I'm a big fan. Hello, big fan. How are you doing? Bag 6. This will be the halfway point. Oh, that's moist. My friend next to me doesn't say like he doesn't, does he? I've bought too many of these big fugglers over the last couple of weeks. He's one of 4 that I bought in the last couple of weeks. I need to stop it. They're too big, but they're so awesome. There's a big pink one who looks a lot like him, but is pink and has more teeth, who just sits on my bedside table and I have him watching me while I sleep. And apparently Anna finds it quite freaky. Literally next to our bed, having this guy just like that. She'll look over and I'll be there in my Dobby the house elf eye mask, my CPAP machine, with a pink version of that looking over my shoulder, staring at her. Apparently it's quite intimidating. I don't see it myself. I'd be delighted. But then I am a big fuggler guy. Me and my dad love your vids. You're a great YouTuber, thank you very much. The fuggler has the confused expression of Zealand moving his fullbacks back and forth. I think it is based on him. Anyone who's not into the Football Manager stuff probably doesn't know what that means. Just imagine a confused guy. And you'll know. You'll be like, oh, okay, I get it now. I get it now. A confused American man. So that goes there. That's cute, not freaky. Exactly. And so is my toy. Oh my word, I am a funny, handsome guy. I'd love to see you host Saturday Night Live. I don't know that they'd have me. I mean, I've never seen an episode of it. We don't have it here in England. So I've never seen it. I imagine I'm probably not quite high profile enough to do it. Give me a year or two and then we'll see. Clink clunk. I need to get a ball in the middle of this one. There we go. Get your ball in. Oh, bent my finger. Injury. Oh, I might need the physio on. Oh, that hurt. I bent my fingernail back. Oh, that really hurt. Ow. Give me a minute. Oh, it bent my fingernail back. Ow. Lego injury. I need the magic spray. Ooh. Ouch. Alright. Get this all on here, like so. Oh, it's sticker o'clock. Where's my sticker sheet? Sticker number the 7th. Here we go. Lego's dangerous. Exactly. I'm a high risk, dangerous guy. And that goes on there. Where is the other piece? Why can't I find it? Where is it? There it is. I found it. Magic sponge, exactly. You're my favourite YouTuber. I love your vids, especially the travel vlogs. Thank you very much. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a bit more travel next year. We had to curb it a little bit this year with the lack of a Football Manager game to finance it all. But hopefully, we can get back to going on some adventures. I did my fingers in trying to get my Falcon box through the door. Oh, I tell you what I have got. I don't know why you saying Falcon box has reminded me. Anyone who watched the shorts yesterday, we've already seen. I've got one of those Mattel Brick Shop Hot Wheels versions of Speed Champions, which I'll build on stream soon. Probably the next stream Anna's on. I'll sit there and do that. So we'll be able to judge that. It's quite cool. It's the same size, same scale as a Speed Champion. But rather than coming with a minifigure, comes with a little Hot Wheels car, which I've never really been a Hot Wheels kind of chap, but I can potentially be converted. I'm the British Tom Cruise. He wishes. He wishes. I'd be a better reacher, that's for sure. So you use the Lego tool to stick the stickers on. I use tweezers for that job. Yeah, I do have my little emergency Lego multi-tool kit. So we've got a torch for looking for Lego on the floor. There we go. And for staring at him. So that's when we drop Lego on the floor. And I've got my Swiss Army knife. That the main tool I use on this is the screwdriver bottle opener combo, which I use to prise Lego when it's stuck together because it works better than the little wang jangler. But I use the knife for opening the boxes. It's probably overkill, but it is my Lego building tool. It's very handy. But what I was getting at there is I could use the tweezers from in here. I don't know, that's the pen. If I wanted to tweezers. I might try it with tweezers in a minute. Would you recommend the Marvel Hotel or Newport Bay Club Hotel at Disneyland Paris? At the risk of it sounding like another cop-out answer like whoever asked before about modular buildings, it depends on how much you like Marvel. They're both very nice hotels. Newport Bay is a bit more dated because it's not been done up as recently, but it's also much, much cheaper. And bearing in mind you don't spend a lot of time in the hotel at Disneyland, I think unless you are looking for that magical Marvel experience that you get in the Marvel Hotel, I would save the money, go to Newport Bay, which is exactly the same accommodation level, exactly the same food. You can still go to the shop at the Marvel one. You can still go and see all of the Marvel memorabilia, like in the reception area. You can still visit the hotel. You can still go and smell the hotel, go to the cool bar that's in there. The only thing you won't have is the really modern Marvel themed, freshly renovated rooms, which we have got a room tour on the vlog channel. If you want to see, we've got room tours for both. The only real difference is the rooms and the fact that the Marvel one is themed Marvel. But because of that, it's for like, I think the last time we looked, for a 3-night stay, it was like an extra 800 quid to stay in the Marvel one. Which to me, I'd rather have an extra night on my holiday or an extra few £100 to spend on tat in the shops than that. But then that's speaking as someone who's already had that Marvel experience, because we've done it. And I don't know that I'd pay to do it again, but I'm glad I did it the one time we did it, because I would want, I'm glad I've experienced it. So yeah, if you're a big Marvel fan, I think you probably have to do the Marvel one at least once, but you'll probably come out of it thinking that was cool, but I don't need to do that again. And if you're not a big Marvel fan, I don't think the accommodation is enough of a reason on its own without the Marvel bit, if that makes sense. I love to watch you build things that I won't be buying or building. Thank you for your live builds. Thank you for watching. What is the actual name for a wang jangler? I think it's officially a brick separator, but it's a wang jangler. We know it's a wang jangler. It's all about the wang jangle. Oh. What are we doing? What's your thoughts on the new Star Trek Generation build? If you're not a Star Trek Next Gen fan, what about the build in general? I mean, it looks fine. It's not something I would need to get, because like you say, I'm not at all interested in it. Seems expensive, but then all the Star Wars stuff seems expensive as well. It seems once something is in space, it becomes expensive. Right, I have a sticker. Probably should have got the tweezers ready for this. Let's try tweezing. Oh, fine control. That is good. Tweezers work. I think I'll stick to the wang jangler though. There we go. Sticker's gone on there. Would you ever do another Lego auction? Yeah, we would have done the next one, but I think the next one happened while we were on holiday. So we'll keep an eye out for another one. The set I got was the best used set I've ever got. It was really well looked after, and organised and excellently priced. So yeah, definitely would do another one. It just needs to, it just took a whole day. We had to dedicate an entire day to it because the auction lasts all day. So it's time consuming to do. Yeah, that goes on there. I'd also like extra money to spend in the merch shops. I'm a Stitch guy, but I also like Mushu from Mulan. Yeah, if you want extra money to spend in shops, don't spend more money on the hotel, I guess. I guess would be my response to that. I'd certainly rather have it to spend in the shops. The hotel experience is cool, but I wouldn't have my Ewok plushie if I'd have been staying in the Marvel hotel. I bought him the year we stayed at Newport Bay. I do eventually plan to try all of the hotels at Disneyland Paris. We've now stayed in the Nature Village like 3 or 4 times because it's the cheapest one. And also when we used to take the kids, it was the most convenient one with kids because there was a supermarket on site. We could like, there was an oven, we could cook. So it was always the most convenient when we had them with us. But just me and Anna on our own, we've stayed at the Marvel one, we've stayed at Newport Bay, we've stayed at an off-site one, the Adagio in the whatever the town is called nearby. We've stayed there. Whoa! We've even done it without staying over. We've done it in a day. We stayed the night before and the night after in Folkestone in a Premier Inn, and got like the 5 a.m. This was all in a vlog. We got like the 5 a.m. Eurotunnel. Had the whole day at Disney. And then after the fireworks in the evening, drove back and got like an 11 p.m. Eurotunnel back to Folkestone again. It was quite weird being in France, knowing all my stuff was still in England, because we didn't even check out at the hotel. So we did 2 nights in the hotel in Folkestone, and in the meantime left the country. It was very strange for my brain to get itself around. I wouldn't do that again, that's for sure. This is his hand. Would you ever do Disneyland Florida? Yeah, definitely. Or it's Disney World, isn't it? I've been corrected for calling it Disneyland in Florida before. Yeah, definitely. It's something we'd like to do next year. It's definitely part of the plan for next year. Whether we get to do it or not, we'll see. Because there's quite a few travel bits we want to do next year. So it's just, that's quite cool. Big arms. It's like an ape. So it's just really deciding which ones we want to do first. Like I say, definitely planning to get back to some more travel again once finances allow. Oh, hold on, we've got a note. Soundwave, Ravage and Laserbeak all appear in the very first episode of Transformers. Well, there you go. Now you know. You probably already did. I didn't. High Legend. This is a promising start. We're just back from Davy Crockett. Would recommend. We love it there. Plus dogs are allowed. Davy Crockett is one of those that we always look at and then always get stuck with. It's right next to the Nature Village and a bit more expensive. And I can never get past that. So, I mean, we'll probably do it eventually. Like I say, we want to try them all eventually. But to my mind, I love being in the Disney bubble and staying in one of the proper on-site hotels, getting there, leaving the car in the car park the day you arrive and not seeing the car again until the day you come home, and literally being within the Disney bubble the whole time. I think that's phenomenal. It's definitely my favourite way to do it. It's the most expensive way to do it. But if we're not doing it that way, we're trying to save money. So we're either staying out in third-party hotel or doing the Nature Village. So because in my mind, when we're doing that, we're trying to do it as cheaply as possible to basically fit in a trip we wouldn't be able to afford to do otherwise. I struggle with paying that little bit extra to do Davy Crockett, because I could pay less and do Nature Village. But I should try it. Kev has turned Anna into a fuggler because she lost her voice. Exactly. Yeah, if you want evidence that her voice is lost, watch some of the shorts we uploaded yesterday when we were out and about. We did our big Costco shop yesterday. And as I was waiting for my slice of pepperoni pizza to reward me for spending nearly £500 in Costco on meat and Christmas presents, and I needed pizza to calm me down. Didn't get a hot dog, got pizza instead. The pepperoni pizza there is outstanding. So I was waiting for my pizza and I got a text from Anna just saying, are we going to Smith's as well while we're out? It's like, fine, okay, we'll go to Smith's as well. So we went to Smith's as well and did a bit more Christmas shopping. It was quite a productive day yesterday. But yeah, Anna was in a couple of the videos and she did try and talk, and you can tell how bad her throat is. She is very much a whisperer currently. Alright. There we go. We're doing the other arm. La da 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 da. Other arm. It's the other arm song. Pizza and hot dogs, some of my favourite foods. Just throw a burger in there and you have all my favourite food groups. If you've never had a Costco pizza, it's worth the membership on its own. I don't know how they get the pepperoni as crisp as they do, but it is extraordinary. It seems like an insane thing to say about what is effectively a supermarket. Genuinely, I think it's the nicest pepperoni pizza I've ever had. The Costco pepperoni pizza. Like, I've had better general pizza in Italy, but Italy doesn't do pepperoni pizza properly, does it? When you're talking about like an American style pepperoni pizza, it is the best I've ever had. It is phenomenal. Anyone else picked up the Pac-Man machine from the Argos sale? I didn't get it in the Argos sale. I already have it. I love it. It's a great set. It's on display out on my landing with some of my other retro gaming bits. But it is a great set. Loads of fun to build. It was very different from the kind of set I typically build because it's got all the Technic shenanigans inside. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, the amount of times I've said to Anna, I don't even particularly want the pizza. If they could just do me a little takeaway box of the crispy pepperoni off the top of the pizza, I'd want that, please. It just, I don't know how they get it as crispy as they do. It's just perfection. I really want the Pac-Man set before it retires. Is it still on offer in Argos? Are you going to National Brick event in Coventry on the 11th of January? I've not looked ahead to... I've bent my nail back again. I haven't looked ahead to next year at all yet. I think there's a very good chance I am. God, that hurts. I've got to stop doing that. Yeah, I didn't know they'd announced stuff as far ahead as January. I need to have a look. But yeah, almost certainly, unless I've got something else on, Coventry is one of the closest places for me to get to. So there needs to be a pretty good reason for me to not go to one in Coventry. So very likely. Can't decide 152 for Lego Pac-Man or wait and see what's in the Black Friday sales. I mean, that is a Black Friday sale, isn't it? It's just they've gone early. It's Argos. They've gone early with their Black Friday sale. Is it a set that's available everywhere or is it an Argos exclusive? Because that tends to be the way to judge, I think. Like with I use the modulars as an example because I know they're John Lewis exclusive. John Lewis have currently got them on sale at a better price than Lego would ever do. So with them, it's an easy decision of, well, if you want those modulars, you buy them now because they're not going to be better on Black Friday because the only place that could discount them is John Lewis and they've already got them on discount. And John Lewis put their prices up before Black Friday because they don't like to have their sales at the same time as everybody else. So for them, it's an easy, that is now the best and last price you're going to get on those modulars. So if there's other sets you've got in mind, like the Pac-Man set, the thing is to work out a specific strategy for that. There's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Is it available elsewhere? If it is, are they already on sale there? Is there anywhere that sells it that is likely to put it on discount? I mean, it's one that potentially Lego themselves could discount, but there's no guarantee that they will. If they do, is it likely to be as good as the Argos discount? And then eventually you just have to be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to get it because I really want it. We're getting to that point now where there has to be an element of accepting you might not get the best price, but as long as you get a good price, that's fine. When you're into the last couple of months or last couple of weeks we're approaching now of the lifetime of some of these sets, the idea of getting the best price should be replaced with, I just want it at a good price before it retires and becomes really expensive. If it's something you really want, if it's something you're not that bothered about, obviously don't worry. But if it's something you really want before it retires and it's on a good price now, a good price now is better than missing out and having to buy having to buy it on eBay next year. Looks like it's an Argos exclusive. If it's an Argos exclusive, then go for it now. There's no reason to wait. There we go, 2 arms. Currently sat making a start on the LEGO Retro Radio, my first experience with a sound brick. I love the channel and your content. Thank you very much. Yeah, Anna's just got that set as well. Did you get it from Sainsbury's in their sale? I do like a sound brick, I've decided. They amuse me. Right, what time is it? Oh, loads of time. Bag 7. I don't know that we're going to get this finished tonight, but we can crack on for a bit longer yet. Because if Anna's back on Monday, which hopefully she will, I don't want to be taking up the whole desk with a big transformer. So we want to get as close to finished as possible. Although I can't be on too late because I've got to be up early tomorrow to head to Bedford for a Football Manager video that I'm doing over there. Got to eat chicken at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Fried chicken for breakfast tomorrow. Some of the strange things I get up to because of my ridiculous life. What's the set that took me the longest to make? I don't know. I mean, in terms of time, and it's a bit of a cop-out answer, the Home Alone house, because I did 1 bag a day. I know that's not what you mean though, because that took me 24 days. Maybe the Camp Nou, the Barcelona stadium, in terms of actual hours put into it, because that was the first build I ever streamed. That slowed me down quite a lot because I was still learning how to stream doing Lego, and it was a big set and quite repetitive and fiddly. So I think that probably took me maybe 15 hours over the course of a couple of weeks on streams. Back before we even had this channel, I streamed that on Twitch before this channel even started. Got to eat chicken. You say that like you aren't looking forward to it. Some of the reviews people have given me about the 2 chicken shops I've got to go to, I don't know that I am. I'm still a little bit afraid of fried chicken. Back when I had my gallstone problems a few years ago, the main thing that would set off a gallbladder attack was fried chicken. So I've not eaten a lot of fried chicken since. And now I'm going to 2 different chicken shops before lunch tomorrow to sample both of them for a video. These are the nonsense things I get myself into, all because of a throwaway comment making a Football Manager video. I can't help myself. Avengers Tower. Could be Avengers Tower, yeah. Maybe it was Avengers Tower. I mean, there's been quite a few sets that I've taken. This is why I need to build my website. One day I'll have my website. howlongtobuild.com. I need to buy that because I keep talking about it. Someone else is going to buy it. But anyone who's into gaming will know How Long to Beat, the gaming website, where you can type in the name of the game you're playing and it will tell you how long it takes people typically to finish the game. My idea is to do a similar thing with Lego, How Long to Build, where you can type in the Lego set that you're looking at and it will have examples of how long it typically takes people to build. I will create that site at some point. I just need to remember how to code. I do have a degree in computer science, so one day I'll remember how to code and I'll make the website, or I'll pay someone else to do it when I've got some spare cash. But the website will exist at some point. And it'll be quite cool. Will they be even open in the morning? I've looked. One of them opens at 11:30. One of them opens at 12. And I imagine their best chicken of the day is at 11:30. It's certainly not just going to be whatever's left over from Friday night. It's going to be brand new, fresh chicken. One of them had a 2.8 rating on Google when I looked. Yeah. I'm going to poo myself on a YouTube video, aren't I? At a football ground. It'll get views. It'll get enough views to pay for a few Lego sets, so that's the main thing. I'm hoping if I walk in there waving a camera around, because Matt's coming with me with his big boy camera. So I'm hoping if we actually look professional and they realise they're going on YouTube, they might cook me some fresh chicken and not just give me the reheated leftovers from Friday night when I'm in there at 11:30 in the morning. That is my hope. I don't know that it's my expectation. I went to university in Bedford, only for 1 year. I did my teacher training in Bedford, but I never lived there. I commuted in because most of teacher training is in school anyway. So I only had to go to Bedford probably 20 times over the course of a year. So I never did the chicken shops and stuff there. I remember the Primark, but I didn't ever have to go and find food there, really. So, yeah, I have no idea what I'm letting myself in for. Let's not look up at the health ratings. Oh, if they ban you filming, you know it's bad. I mean, all they can do is ban me from filming in the shop, can't they? They can't stop me taking the chicken outside and filming me eating it on the curb, which is what I'm not going to stand in there and eat it. Just the act of us having the camera with us should tell them I am going to be eating this chicken on camera. Even if they don't get to witness the chicken consumption. The fact that I'm clearly going to be reviewing it because I have a camera with me will hopefully lead to some fresh pieces. I mean, I'm probably doing them a huge disservice. It's probably a lovely place. I know nothing about it. It might be the best chicken shop in the world. But yeah, I'm not going to be filming in there. I'm certainly not going to be eating it in front of the people who run the shop. I feel like that would compromise the integrity of my review. And if there's one thing I won't be accused of on the internet, it's having a biased opinion on something I'm reviewing. That was a joke for the Football Manager people. They'll get that. They'll understand that reference. Primark is good when you poop yourself. I have been to the Primark in Bedford before. I bought an umbrella there years ago because it was raining, so I bought an umbrella. What am I reviewing? Fried chicken. Don't ask. Honestly, it's better you don't ask. It's fried chicken, so I can decide what flat to pretend to live in. The more I explain it, the more absurd it becomes. It's genuinely best to not know what I'm getting up to tomorrow. And just know, whatever you may think of me from this channel, just know that everything else I do on the internet is so much weirder than this. This is where I'm quite normal. And that tells you everything you need to know. La, da, 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 da. Where? Oh, okay. Ta-da. Don't know what part of him we're building here. Is this for Non-League to Legend? Yes, it is. The lengths I go to for Non-League to Legend, eh? 11 series in. Not weird, you're cool. Agreed. Thanks, Mum. Oh, dear me. Kevin is awesome. I agree. Can some of you get on Reddit, on the Football Manager Reddit, and tell some of them that I'm awesome? Oh, I'd be quite confused if I got anything nice said about me on Football Manager Reddit. They hate me. I'm everything that's wrong with everything, according to Football Manager Reddit. I'm the worst thing in the world. All this drama aside, I've been enjoying non-inflation. So have I. I'm having a great time. And it's more popular than ever. Like, views are way up. So despite... I mean, it could be because of all the controversy around the game. But as far as content goes, views are way up. People are loving it. So it's good. It's a good time. Good news is they're both generally satisfactory management of food safety. That's all I need. What more do you want from a chicken shop? Come on now. Come along now. It'll be fine. It's all part of my plan to give Matt food poisoning so he can't go and help any other creators. He's sorted my computer. Now I'm taking him to get food poisoning. And it's all part of my evil plan. Right. I was wondering whether all the drama around the game had impacted views. I mean, I think the honest answer to why it's happened, if I try and apply some analytics to it, and if this is boring for this channel, please let me know. I realise a lot of you don't care about my other channel. And probably some of you hate it because it's taken me away from here for a few weeks. But I suspect part of why views are up is because so many other creators aren't making their normal content. They're just focusing on being really negative about the game, which is, I guess, appealing to the people who agree with them. But there's a lot of people out there who don't agree with them. And those people just want some normal Football Manager content, like what they watch every year. And they're getting that from me and not many other places currently. So I think that's helping quite a lot, I think, in terms of why views are up. Does this mean it's your fault if the Streamer Showdown never comes back? I mean, they need to make a game that the Streamer Showdown can work on. Then it will come back, I assume. It's not my fault if I just poison Matt. It won't be a long-term poisoning. We've got plans for my office, this room, and the Lego studio that we're going to be cracking on with in the new year. Got all sorts of projects to get on with. Does anyone know what happens with the insider points if you use a gift card? As in, if I buy a set for £200 and use a £100 gift card, do I get the insider points for £100? I'm not sure. I assume you get... I guess the easy way to answer that is, do you get insider points when buying gift cards? Because you won't get the points twice. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just better than them. There is that. There is always that. You'll get the points for the full 200. There you go. So does that mean if you buy a gift card, you don't get any points? Because I suppose that would be easy to abuse. If on double points, you could just buy £2,000 worth of gift cards, get double points on them, and then just buy all your Lego for the rest of the year with your gift cards. I had a game called Player Manager on the Amiga. You managed the team and controlled one player during the game. Nice. Speaking of points, I heard there are some Batman posters on Lego for points. Are there? I haven't looked. All right. Where is the piece that needs to go in here? I found it. Found the piece that needs to go in here. Oh. Right. This is a leg. A human, probably not a human leg, a robot leg. Ba, 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 ba. Ah. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. Losing the ability to grip with my fingers. Ba, 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 ba. All right. Where is the little thing that I need to put in here? Right, that goes there. I think we're doing more leg pieces. So much leg on this guy. What a leggy guy. Because I suppose it needs to have all these joints and connections and stuff in, because it needs to be able to transform. I imagine you don't just pull the legs off to turn it into a tape player. If they're doing posters, they need to talk to Disney. I want the posters, the movie posters that are in the Lego store at Disneyland Paris. I want them for my house. I want them on the walls in here because they are brilliant. I would use a lot of insider points to get those posters they've already had designed. So they're basically getting free money out of me. I would be taking free Lego with those points, but instead I'll just have those pictures. I don't even need physical ones. Just give me the PDFs. I'll print them myself. All right. Sticker the 13th. What was the Football Manager game on Mega Drive? Premier Manager. I played a load of that when I was a kid. If that's the one you mean. Premier Manager on the Mega Drive. Loved it. There you go. Someone else has said Premier Manager. That's the one I played a lot of on the Mega Drive as a kid. Ooh. I don't even know what part of this critter this is. It is a good part though. Alright. There it is. Was it Premier Manager 3, if we're going to get specific? Or was it just called Premier Manager on the Mega Drive? I think it was the same game that was Premier Manager on the PC. But I think it might have just been called Premier Manager on the Mega Drive. That and Theme Park was basically all I played on my Mega Drive. And Pete Sampras Tennis. So whenever you get these Mega Drive emulator things, like they released the Mega Drive Mini, I bought it. It's full of Mega Drive games. I looked at it and was like, none of these are the games I played on my Mega Drive. I played Theme Park and Premier Manager and Sensible Soccer and Pete Sampras Tennis and what is this? What is Road Rage? What is all this? Why is this all fighting and shooting stuff? I didn't play any of these. Premier Manager, where you manage an inn. I'd play that game. I would play the face off of that game. I love management games. I've played way too many hours of Democracy 3, which is, and I'm pretty ashamed to say, a politics simulator. Basically, if you can simulate it on a computer, I'll probably enjoy playing it. I definitely have the kind of brain that likes that kind of game. I also like Total Extreme Wrestling. That's a great game. which, guess what? It's a wrestling management game. My brother likes to play, because he's as bad as me. Cricket Captain's another one I've played quite a lot of over the years. But my brother plays Pro Cycling Manager, which even I don't think I can go that far. I just can't imagine what managing is involved in Pro Cycling Manager, but he's got hours and hours in that on Steam. We like a management sim, us Chapmans. We just like to simulate being in charge. Going to my first National Brick event in Hemel on Sunday. Any tips to get the most out of it? Got the early bird ticket. How early before doors is it worth turning up? Loving the channel. I usually aim to get there about 15 minutes before opening. There's usually quite a big queue, but they get you in fairly quickly. So I would get there about 15 minutes before they open, and then aim for the far end of the hall as soon as you get in, and then you'll avoid the queues. Aim to get around it in an hour before general entry opens. And that way, when you're at the far end where you've gone at the start, you'll be there on your own. And by the time everyone else is ready to come to the bit near the door, by the time you're at the bit near the door, everyone else will be at the far end, and then you'll be done before general entry. So you can generally have a quite uncrowded experience if you do it that way. I don't think you need to get there mega early. But yeah, general tips. I mean, just general convention tips, I guess. Have you been to any kind of conventions before, like a Comic-Con, anything like that? But I would make sure you have some cash with you, because not everywhere will take card. Most will take card these days, but some might want cash, and there might not be a cash machine there. You're going to want typical convention things like a drink, maybe a snack if you're going to be there a while, some hand sanitizer or something along those lines, especially if you're going through the pick-a-brick. You don't want to get convention lurg, which is definitely a risk going anywhere where there's a load of people in one place. On behalf of all of the other convention goers, and you would think this isn't something that people need to be reminded, but us convention goers are a special sort, and it doesn't hurt to say, make sure you put deodorant on that day. But yeah, it's one of those things where I wouldn't go into it feeling too much pressure. There's so many of them that you could almost allow yourself this first one to learn how they work, and then you'll know for yourself for next time. But yeah, I think those are some general tips that will leave you in a pretty good position for a first go. Something about what happened to Anna. She still has no voice. She'll be back eventually. Do I have a favourite comic? I have lots of comics that I enjoy quite a lot. I don't read comics very much anymore. I kind of lost touch with keeping up with current comics. Saga was one that I used to really enjoy, but then it went on hiatus, and I never really got back into it. Paper Girls was one of my favourites ever. I like a lot of the DC stuff, but I'm not up to date with it at all. I don't read a lot of Marvel comics because they're a bit too intertwined with each other. I like the X-Men, like the classic Chris Claremont X-Men stuff. I'm a big fan of. But anything that has too many crossovers and too much requirement to read too much other stuff to understand what's going on, I tend to avoid. I don't need that kind of commitment. The Wicked and the Divine is one of my favourite ever. I've got a signed copy of one of those, which is very cool. So there's a lot of stuff that I've liked over the years, but like I say, I'm not following anything current. I won't say I've grown out of it, because I don't think that's something you do. More a case of my life has got busier and I don't have time to keep up with it anymore. It's one of those things where I've got so much other stuff going on, something had to give, and that's what gave. Best books I've read this year. Well, this is the year that I read the whole of the Stormlight archive. Oh, the whole of the Cosmere. I basically this time last year I read my first Brandon Sanderson book. I read the first Mistborn, and then I finished the Cosmere in like April, May time. Read the whole thing. Thought it was outstanding. So insert pretty much anything from that series. I'm now 2 books into Wheel of Time. I've just started reading that. I just had the new Reacher book turn up. I am a sucker for a Reacher book. I can't remember what else I've read this year. It's very much been a year of fantasy books for me this year. I've never really been massively into fantasy before, but this is the year I've properly got into fantasy. I mean, I read like Song of Ice and Fire years ago, before it was on telly. But yeah, properly into fantasy this year, I think, is where we've got to. So that goes around like that. Same as me. Loved comics years ago, but lost interest in recent times. Chasing Dogma. I'm not familiar with that at all. I like Spawn. Yeah, I liked Spawn. I remember Spawn. How about best and worst sets I've built? We talk about that in the Q&A that's coming out tomorrow, so I won't go into it in a huge depth. There isn't much in there. I really struggled with a worst set because I don't buy the ones I don't think are going to be fun. So I actually spent quite a long time trying to figure out what sets I haven't enjoyed for the video. I did find one in the end, so you can watch tomorrow's video to find out about that. Best sets I've built, any modulars. Modular buildings are just my favourite thing. I love modular buildings. It's the reason we have a Lego City, because I just wanted an excuse to own and build loads of modular buildings. So yeah, love a modular. Had to look at Brandon Sanderson. Looks like you and Jack had a baby. Excellent. He is a proper nerd as well, so he probably, like, forget what he looks like. He probably is, personality-wise, what an offspring of me and Jack would turn into. What would be my dream Marvel modular? I mean, it already exists, I guess. The Avengers Tower. I'm a little bit disappointed in the X Mansion. I would have liked a big one of those. That would have been my dream one. But my dream superhero modular. I'll change the question. I really want a Wayne Manor with a Batcave underneath, in the style of the Gringotts set, where it's got the bit above ground and the bit below ground. I would love them to do a Wayne Manor with the Batcave under it, in a way that I could somehow get it into the city as well. So I'm not asking for much. I want something very, very specific to exactly what I want, which I don't think is too much to ask, really. If anyone from Lego is watching, it's not too much to ask at all. I'm not looking for book recommendations right now. I suspect I'm going to be a while with Wheel of Time. It's even longer than, I mean, it's, how many books is it? It's like 15 books. All huge. So that's going to keep me occupied for the next 6 months or so, I suspect. I've also started listening to the audiobooks of Dungeon Crawler Carl, because TikTok made me do it, and they're fantastic. The audiobooks are brilliantly narrated. So that's something I would recommend if you haven't discovered that. It's a lit RPG. So it's basically a book, but it's structured like a game, which doesn't make any sense until you actually experience it. It's very clever. It's not like a choose your own adventure. It is just a linear story, but really cleverly done. Big fan. Is the X Mansion smaller than Arkham Asylum? Yes. Well, smaller height wise. It's 1.5 base plates as opposed to 1. But yeah, it is smaller. I asked you about Wheel of Time a few weeks back, and you weren't sure you fancied another Mammoth series. Enjoying it? Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only on the second book. I'm like right towards the end. I'll probably finish the second book this weekend. So yeah, I'm enjoying it at the moment. I've actually bought it physically rather than on Kindle because it was more expensive on Kindle than physically. So I've got the first 3 in a little box set off of Amazon. So I'm probably going to order the next pack of 3 this weekend as I start the third one. Right, this is getting complicated. This is a big foot. I don't know which bit's supposed to be going in here. All right. Is that all lined up right? What a lot of leg. Was that supposed to go in? Oh, that's supposed to be there, maybe? Gordon Bennett, I don't know what's going on here. That doesn't feel right at all. Is that how that is? I think that's wrong. I think that's supposed to be like that. Why are you not going in? What's stopping you? We're going back. I'm not sure if I've made a boo-boo. Hold on. Potential boo-boo. Do 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 do. 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 No, there's no boo-boo. It just doesn't. I guess that must be how it's supposed to be. It just looks different to the diagram. I'm sure it'll make sense in a minute. It just doesn't seem right that it does that. Where it looks like it should be sitting flush, but it won't. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I'm listening to the Harry Potter. I downloaded the first Harry Potter Fullcast audio last night just to see what it was like. It's a bit music-y. I knew it was full cast audio. I don't know that I was ready for it to have so many sound effects and music and things. It is like listening to a play rather than an audiobook. So I'm not completely sure yet if I like it. Oh, crumbs. This is all falling apart now. Right, so that's... What is going on? Oh my goodness. This bit is troublesome. What is happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, this is all wrong. Something is very wrong in here, I think. Oh, it all bends! I understand now. Everything is right in the world. Got it. It just needed to transform. You'd think they'd give you a clue in the name. Right, so that now, get his arm out of the way. So this goes in at this angle. Doesn't look very comfortable. Is Anna still broken? Yes, she is. And then that comes around like that. And then I guess twists around somehow, because that seems like the wrong part of the leg is on the front. Maybe it's not. Right, boys and girls, I think we're going to stop there anyway, because it's starting to confuse me. And when I start getting confused, that's usually the sign that I'm getting quite tired, and I do have to be up early in the morning. So we'll finish this on Monday. Whether Anna's back or not, I've only got 3 more bags, so we'll get this one finished on Monday. We will pack it in there though, because if I try and build tired, I will make a mistake and then I'll have to rebuild and then I'll get upset, and I don't like to do that. So yeah, we'll pack things up there. There is a video tomorrow. There should be something on Sunday as well, and then we'll have a Lego City update on Tuesday after Monday's stream, because I'm going there on Sunday. So lots going on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the ongoing support, and I'll see you again very soon. Toodle pip, everybody.